Faculty Podcast.
Welcome to the Noble Faculty Podcast. Welcome to part 2 of Imagination is Life Coming Soon with Hamilton Speeches. Please enjoy.
Right. So now I just want to say something. We are still on Aspire.
Yeah.
So what you said is, so we always say aspire, act, achieve. It's one thing to aspire, to have a vision. And without a vision, you will be filled with somebody else's
Exactly.
words or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Act. How do you act upon that vision? How do you know what to do, when to do it?
Well, you see, if I say this, you might be offended. If I say it now, you might be offended. You might throw me out of this studio if I say it.
Maybe you should, because maybe it's
You'll be
what
offended.
needs. Maybe it needs to spark the thought,
Okay.
the mind.
You see, there's a saying by the late Miles Murrow. He said, if you want to hide anything from a black man, put it in a book.
Oof, oof, oof. I've heard that before.
Good. Now, if you want to hide anything at all from human beings, put it in a book. I won't say, because then I took those words when I was in Africa then, thinking that the problem was only with a black man.
People.
No. The problem is everywhere.
It's with people in general.
In general.
It's with a certain type
People-
of person.
People are not ready to discover. People are not ready to read. Whatever you want to aspire to become is hidden in the book. People believe in, that is why I will say this. Government is not designed to make you succeed in life.
What's that supposed to mean?
Okay. Government
Yeah.
is not designed to make you succeed in life.
I feel like you're offending me now.
I've said I will offend you more.
What does that mean? They're not
Government is not established to make you a millionaire.
but it's their job to aid me in
aid
doing
you.
so. Yes.
How do you expect them to aid you? Tell me.
I don't know.
If you don't know, what you don't know, so how do you expect the person to do
I
it?
don't know. Make it easier for me.
Make it easier for you. How?
Yes. Well, maybe
What are your expectations of the government?
lower my taxes,
Lower
make
your
sure
taxes.
the opportunities are there for me to
What kind
take
of
advantage
opportunities?
Maybe if I wanted to set up my business, you give me information. Actually, I haven't thought about this.
Oh,
Actually.
you've not thought about it.
I'm trying to black it out.
No, that's. I'll say it again. Government does not create jobs. Government's responsibility is to collect tax from companies and use the tax to do what? Provide basic amenities, good roads. Make sure that you have good power supply. Make sure that the basic things of life are there for the people. It's not government's responsibility to make you a millionaire. It is your own responsibility as a person to discover what you're meant to do to succeed so that you pay the right tax.
Wait. Government's responsibility
is to collect tax that they will use to provide basic, let's use the word basic. Don't forget that word. go and check the dictionary for the word basic. Because it's one thing for you to be able to speak English, or another thing for you to be able to understand grammar. The fact that you speak in English or you are an Englishman does not mean you understand grammar. They use the word basic. Check the dictionary meaning of basic. That is the lowest thing, that the basic things of life. You need good road to walk on.
For me,
You need power supply so that you can see. You don't trip on trip, power supply to make sure that basic things are good heating system. And that even that good heating system, you pay for it.
I associate what you've just said now with, I'm a graduate of business studies with marketing. And we have this thing called the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And it's got like 3 different things, self-actualization being at the top. And at the bottom of that is basic needs. If you don't have your basic needs, you can't go to the next one. So what you're saying is that area, the basic needs, before I can achieve anything, you're telling me it is government. That's all they're there to do.
Listen, okay, you tell me who the government, except the people that decide to steal, or maybe being fraudulent by defrauding the treasury. Every money that we contribute into the treasury is meant to provide us basic needs. Listen, the benefit system that was set up by the Lib Dem then, after the war, the Lib Dem, MP then. The gentleman that set up that particular project did set it up not for people that can work and pay their taxes, not to work and claim it. It was meant for people that could not work, people that due to certain circumstances, they needed homes. That was why they established it. Not for people that they can work, they are agile, they are educated, still claiming benefits. I remember when I relocated to this country, I'm happy because for the first 5 years, I was not entitled to any benefit. And it helped me to dig deep into myself. It helped me to dig deep into myself to say, you know what? Where I'm coming from, I have never worked for anyone in my life.
Wow. You mean that literally?
I have never worked for anyone as in they paid me salary. No. What? The only person that I will use the word, I will use the word worked for, not that he paid me salary, was my father-in-law's business then, because I was there helping them to establish it. So I was more or less volunteering. I had my own business that I was running, my printing company that I was running back home before I relocated to this country. From campus, that's why I said the people that I met on campus, when you tell your parents that this is what you want to go and do somewhere and you stick to it, it helps you. Now, when I told I was going to look for my wife and look for friends that will help me in future, the people I met on campus introduced me to what I was doing back home then. I was a full-time printer. I print books, posters, anything that has to do with advertising. That was my field. And it helped me because that was exactly what that opened the door for me to know what to do, you understand, to relocate to this country. I wasn't born in this country. I wasn't born in this country. But there's a saying that when he that walks with the wise shall be wise. If you walk with the right kind of people, opportunities abound everywhere. Like Ora Roberts said in his book, Seed Faith, opportunity walks towards you on a daily basis and it passes you by on a daily basis. Depends on you being able to recognize it. You know what? This is an opportunity. I better grab it or seize it.
Wow. Wow. You're messing with my mind now.
I try not to.
You're challenging me, is what I'm trying to say.
No, you see, the truth is that when I said that, look, everything is based on information. What's stopping many people from achieving what they want, what they aspire to achieve, is because they find it hard to dig into books. Whatever you want to become in life today, not educational books, certificate, no. You need to read books from men that have achieved what you are aspiring to achieve. People are not ready to sit down and read. If you ask many people today, how many books have you read this year? I'm telling you, most of them, even the standard newspaper that is free, most people don't read it. They walk past it on a daily basis. Even the government, just imagine, government provided information for you now free. In most of these evening standard, AM City. People don't read it. It's free. But right in this newspaper, there are informations here that I read on a daily basis. People don't even listen to news. It's either they watch EastEnders, watch one cartoon, watch something, sit down, watch movie, think of how to, end of the month, walk into one of the royal mail shops to collect the benefit and the rest. See how we can go for trips. So, whereas what they were aspiring to become is right in this book.
Wow. So, after you've aspired, you need to research, read, find information that will empower you. And without that, we'll be relying on government.
You'll be relying on the government. And I love this government.
Why do you love this government?
Why do I love this government? Okay. You see, people don't understand what life is all about. And that's one thing that is really militating against most of us. Life, I tell people, is business.
Life itself is business.
It's business. And in business, you are either making a profit or you'll be recording losses. And government understands that. That life is business. And in business, you are either making profit or you're recording what? Losses. When people rely on government, and government, let me say this, government is depending on who? The masses. The treasury is depending on what? On the tax that comes in. I was listening to, what's it called? A radio program yesterday. A lady was interviewed, regarding this issue of women, 65, 67, pension. And if the money that the people before contributed into pension was used to settle the banks, and now you're telling the women to work longer. So the money the people contributed then that you used to settle the banks, and the banks now pay dividend to their directors, and those directors walk freely on the street. You're using someone else's money to resolve their own issue. Now telling the people now to work much longer. It doesn't tally. Now, if you don't understand that principle, you sit down or you keep depending on the government. And government will tell you that, look, life itself is business. I'm running a business. If you understand the principle of business, you come to find that, look, I'm not here just for your own interest. I'm also here for my own interest as well. Because no government in power will want to allow the people, because what they depend on is votes. They don't want to let down the people whereby next election they won't be voted in. Yeah. And so they want to do everything to make sure that the treasury has enough so that when they want to implement any other thing, they will have money to implement it. Now we hear that, NHS will pump this amount of money into it, whereas we had austerity a couple of years back. Yeah. It's the money they've gathered now that they're now spending.
In fact, I was even hearing that we might possibly be in another mini recession as we speak.
So what are you talking about? And you're saying you're depending on the government. Also, if you depend on the government, to me, the government is a blind man. And if you are asking a blind man to take you around the city, listen, both of you will fall in the ditch because they are blind. If the government is a blind man and you're asking the government to rescue you, to save you, to provide for you, of course, the blind man will always be leading you. Where is he going to lead you to? The government doesn't have enough resources to make you a millionaire because there are thousands of citizens, millions, that want to become. How much do we have in the treasury?
So the government is not there to give you the life you want.
The government cannot give you. You are meant to discover the life that you want. If you say, look, you want the bank to loan you money to start a business that will make you a millionaire, you need to prove it.
For the purpose of this conversation, is it okay for me to say government is a metaphor for you relying on anybody outside of yourself? Or is that...
I don't know.
You're actually specifically talking about government
Yeah,
or welfare state or...
You see, not even. No, I'm not talking about welfare, either welfare state or because a lot of people would think, because we're in a welfare state. No, even in America or anywhere at all, we all depend on government for a lot of things.
Yeah,
it's not because the society we are in UK also. No, I'm talking about government in general. We need to have this thing in our subconscious, but we need to erase it. Even that, look, government is there to provide everything that will make you rich. It's not possible.
government is not there to do you favors, basically.
It's not there to do you a favor. Government is there to provide basic need. That is their own responsibility.
Yes.
It's not a favor they're doing you. Government is not doing you a favor providing you with the basic amenities. No. That is why in most of these third world countries today, we rebel, you understand, because the government is not providing the citizens with the basic needs.
Would this be right?
It's like
then?
a father providing for a child.
Child.
It's just the father is there to give you accommodation, food for you to eat. There's a roof over your head. If you need any food at all, the food that you need to grow, not excessive food that will cost. I mean, the guy is earning £1,000 and you want to be ordering food on a daily basis. No, there are basic food that you need. The basic thing to make you grow. It's in the house. So why go and look for things that the parents cannot afford? You're telling the government to provide a thing that they don't have money for in the treasury.
The government is there. No, the government is responsible for providing your basic needs, but its purpose is to collect tax.
It's to collect. No, the purpose of the government is to collect tax.
Wow.
It is not anybody's responsibility to collect. It is the government's responsibility to collect tax. It is the tax rather that they collect, that they use in providing the basic amenities that you are enjoying today. And once you have the basic amenities, it's like a foundation. You already have a platform to lay your head on. That's the basic foundation that is needed by anybody to succeed in life. You need electricity. The electricity that you need it in order to run your what's it called? Your phone, your system also.
Yeah.
You understand? If you already have that, what stops you from going online, discovering the information that you need in order to pursue your aspiration?
You've just blown my mind now, because this brings me to something that my wife says to me. She said, Toba, don't beg for what you can work hard for. So in essence, don't wait for government to provide you with the things that you want. Go out there.
Oh, she even told you not to beg for what?
For something you can work hard for.
Okay. It's like me telling people, don't ever cry before somebody that will not comfort you.
Oof. Don't cry before somebody who will not comfort you.
You don't need. Government is not there to comfort you.
You will not get any sympathy.
You won't get it. And that is why I say life is all about business. You're either making a profit or you're recording losses. It could be painful. It's the hard truth. I was speaking with someone yesterday, via text. And the person said, how come, is this how you, he said, you too harsh on me. How come, is this how you train people, your protege, is this how, because she's like a goddaughter to me. And I referred her to the book of Hebrews and the book of Psalms. It says, it is he that the Father likes, that the Father chastises. And she said, oh, my dad that passed on wasn't like this to me, blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to reply her text. I replied her text by saying, the road to heaven is hot as hell.
Wow.
So the road to heaven is as hot as hell.
Anything worth having is worth working hard for.
You have to work. You have to work, my brother. You just have to. That you think you are in UK and it is paved with gold. And that when you walk on the street, you just take a slab of it, rush down to maybe the pawn shop, exchange it for money, and buy McDonald's and buy enough food and buy the best shirts to wear. Forget it.
I can tell you categorically, that is a lie.
Good. So if we all understand that life is not like that, because I said, look, I've said it before that, look, the government we're talking about now is not because we're in UK. I'm talking about government in general. The government is not there to provide, to make you a millionaire. The government is here to provide you the basic, the word again, basic platform for you to stand on. After that, it's up to you to either jump or you crawl. Now, or walk. If you know the platform that has been created, the other man crawled, walked, and now jumped. You are still there. You've not even started crawling, thinking that, oh, the government... But the government presented the same platform for you and this other guy. How come?
Even the way you're saying it, now I'm even offended by some of my... No, not by what you've said, by my thinking that I'm entitled to something from the government because, why? Is it because if you think of it, if the government is only providing basic needs, millions of us are waiting for the government to provide something which is basic. How long are you going to wait for?
What you see, our understanding of basic is not the problem. That's why I said we should look at that word basic. We always think basic is... Well, people might say, oh, what you term to be basic? Basic is basic. It's one word. It doesn't have a different definition. Basic is basic. You don't need... If you're misunderstanding what basic is, then you need to take the dictionary and check for that word basic. It's one word.
I'm trying to see if I can.
Basic is one word. It doesn't have two meanings. Your interpretation of basic, if you misinterpret what basic is, if it's different from what the dictionary says, sorry. Basic is basic. The government is there to provide us basic amenities. And you and I know what basic amenities are. Yeah. You need good roads to walk on. You need power supply. And even the power supply, it's not the government that provides it. It has been sold to different companies. They provide it. At the end of the day, government collect tax. Government is even there. Listen. Oh, my God. Let me define something again. Let me read this. I didn't intend reading it, but let me read it. The former president of the United States,
yes,
Ronald Reagan,
yeah,
said something about the government.
Okay.
In one of his quotes, he said, "Government does not solve problems. It only subsidizes them." I'll take it again. He said, government does not solve problems. It only subsidizes them. What does it mean to subsidize something?
To make something less burdensome.
So the burden will still be there.
Yes.
Not that the government removes the entire burden. They've only reduced it for you. It's up to you to remove the entire burden yourself.
So they will help you to a degree. To a degree.
To a degree. That is why government only provides the basic amenities.
They fulfill their duty.
They fulfill their duty as government to provide the basic platform for you to stand on. It's up to you if that platform, if you are able to fly based on that platform or jump based on that platform.
Have you fulfilled your duty to yourself? Wow.
So to say you're waiting for government, and like I said earlier, that look, government is like a blind man. If you tell a blind man to take you around a community, I'm sorry, both of you will land in the ditch, and you start blaming the blind man. But people will tell you, can't you see he's blind? How come you are telling him to take you around the city?
More so, based on what we're talking about, a blind man will only help you in as far as they understand. So in essence, the responsibility of you achieving your vision and your aspiration is up to you.
It's up to you. And every vision, every aspiration, has someone that has achieved it before. This reminds me of something that someone said, that one of my teachers said in my Sunday school days. In that particular book, he read it, that remove not the ancient landmarks. That is, do not remove the instructions that thy father has put in place. Learn from that instruction. Let that instruction guide you. People have gone through what you want to go through now. And the only way you can go through it without hiccups is learning their own mistakes. If you're able to learn their mistakes, not how they achieved it. Because if it took them 10 years to achieve it, why 10 years? When if you learn the mistakes they made, you can achieve it within 5 years. The landmarks are there to direct you so that it doesn't take you 10 years or even 20 years
to achieve
it. People want to look at the present, oh, he got it by doing it. No. He should have gotten this thing within 5 years. How come he spent 20 years? Now, because he spent 20 years, let me see where he made those mistakes. We don't look for the mistakes. That's what we're meant to look for.
But what you're saying now to me is there is value in looking at failures, because people dismiss failures and mistakes.
There's value in looking for failures. Look for those mistakes. That's the most important thing, because if you notice why that guy failed, you will succeed. I tell people this: don't become a victim of human history.
It sounds funny, but this is serious.
Don't become a victim of human history. Listen, to become a victim of human history is the worst thing that will ever happen to a generation. That is, you will now become somebody, any ito. Somebody that, he used to.
Wow.
He was. He would have.
He was full of potential.
That's victim of human history.
Wow.
Try not to. It's better. It's better not to even. Don't even think of it. When he was here. His time. Try not to be. So for you to sit down and achieve, look for where they failed. And capitalize on that. It will help you. When I go anywhere at all, I sit down. That's why I say, look, if you learn the principles and laws of a place, life will be easier for you. There are people today that if they had told me 20 years ago that we'll sit around the same table, we'll talk, that they will even sit me down and say, look, listen to me, advise me, I will tell the person, you lie. But I'm happy today I give God all the glory and honor. And I will also thank the people that have played a vital role in my life. I will call them mentors because they've been able to guide me and say, look, in this society, this is how things are done. This is how things are done. If you do it this way, it will work out for you. If you do it this way, it will work out for you. I had to learn it. I had to seriously learn it. And it has really helped me. It has. A lot of people today I will sit, will talk, even people at the top see drink, chat, outing at the end of the day, but they look at me and they say, how? But they've forgotten that, look, there are principles and laws that govern a society. Once you understand the principles and laws that govern that society, that's what I keep hammering in the subconscious of my kids. In this country, there are principles and laws that govern it.
Understand them.
If you understand the principles and laws that govern it, listen, the sky is your limit. One thing I tell them on a daily basis as well, please, I don't want to see a policeman knock at my door. Because the day a policeman knocks at my door, says they're looking for you, I will pull you out and give you to them. Straight away. So I will hand you over to them. So that you will know what it takes. Because you are in a society where the law rules. Whatever will make us flout the law, let's keep away from it. Understand the principles and laws that runs in the society.
Right.
Once you understand it, the society, I mean, I have never seen, I've traveled, I've lived in different countries. I have never seen a society as this society where as long as you follow the rules, not that they are dumb, they're not seeing you or they're not, but you follow the principles and laws that you know your limit. You know what to do. You know what not to do. And that's why you understand what not to do. And listen, this thing I want to embark on, does it flout the law or not? It does flout the law.
Don't do that.
Don't.
Stay away from it.
Stay away from it. That's the place of information as well. This thing I want to do, does it flout the law? It doesn't flout the law. You go ahead with it.
But a lot of people think they're entitled to do whatever they want because they want to do it.
That is why I said, look, the fact that we've been given that freedom, abusing that, that was our first.
That was the first point. Don't abuse the privilege that you've been given.
Abuse. Listen, where I do my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I've heard lots of people say, look, if I was in your shoes. If I was in your shoes, I'm happy you are not in my shoes. I'm even happy because if you were in my shoes, where you would have been, I would have been feeling bad, thinking of how to come and greet you.
Wow.
But I'm happy you are not in my shoes because you won't be able to handle it.
They would have abused.
So you would have abused it. So in as much as you're not in my shoes, whatever shoes you are putting on now, be comfortable with that shoes and be content with your shoe.
Wow. We've spoken a lot today, but we still haven't got to achieve.
We've not gotten to achieve yet.
And I know you're working against the time, but I can't let you go without speaking. We have to finish. Aspire, act. You have to go with the achieve now.
You've aspired. You've acted upon it via words.
Why am I not achieving?
Why are you not achieving? Achieving success in life, it's not, if you've aspired and you've done the right thing, the reason why most people are not achieving it is greed.
Okay.
I tell people this. Let me say it in a plain English, or let me bring it down to a layman's way of
Basic.
the basic.
Basic.
The basic amenities. If I've aspired to make, let's say, £1,000, I've done the right thing. Maybe somewhere along the line, I read in the book that, look, this £1,000 cannot be achieved without me networking with Mr. B.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to network with Mr. B. And at the end of the day, maybe what we got together happens to now be 1,200.
Yeah.
My aspiration was how much? £1,000.
1,000.
But in networking with Mr. B, I achieved 1,200.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the law of fairness, equality, what do you think I should do?
I say you split that money down the middle.
Split it in the middle. But because I aspired to make 1,000,
Yeah.
the book I read said I should network with someone. But we only achieved 1,002. We've forgotten the place of the principles and laws that governs a society. Equality,
Yes.
fairness.
Yes.
Split it into two.
Hmm.
Let him take 6 while you take 6. That's not the end of life. We'll try another thing again. Rather, the greed will now make us feel...
We'll split it by the half of the 1,000 we intended.
No, not even that. Because we want to split it based on our aspiration of, it is 1,000 that I've aspired to achieve.
I will take
1,000. After all, I brought the vision. I only brought the idea to you. So therefore, you're only entitled to 200.
Oof.
The man will take the 200. If the man is a kind of person like me, I will take the 200. But I know that if I wasn't there, that 1,000 that you've greedily, if there's a word like that, taken, that 1,000 won't last because money has wings. It will fly. If you think that at the end of the day, you will invest it to achieve more, that particular law that governs the world and the society, because the law that says fairness and justice, it's a natural law that you can't break. It's just like the law of gravity. Whatever goes up must surely come down. That law will come to effect. You will just find out that at the end of the day, certain things will just come that before you know it, the 1,000 is gone. Or you will invest it, at the end of the day, the investment will crash. That's why you see millionaires today, at the end of the day, they will invest in something else. At the end of the day, it's gone.
I've just taken 2 things from what you've just said. Number 1, act fairly or treat people equally is the first thing. Second, in your goal of achieving or whatever it is you're trying to achieve, in your aspiration, don't be too greedy by any means necessary. It's all about me.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, they're all about that money. And if it's not speaking money,
Yeah. Because whatever you've done to achieve 600,
Yeah.
if you sit down and you believe that, look, there's more ahead of you, except you don't believe it. If you could make 600 out of the 1,000 by networking with one person, that person that you've networked with, the person opened the way, because we human beings are like doors. We open for people to go through. We're like doors. We open. If you go to a particular office today, you need a human being there to open the door for you to go in. If that human being shuts the door, you will remain outside in the cold forever. You need somebody to open the door for you. Every human being is a door that you need to be open for you to go through.
gatekeeper. Wow. Wow. You know, I'm gonna say something. I want to actually confess. This was not what I planned to talk to you about. I wanted you to discuss how do you live your best life. That was what I intended, and I've not even asked that question.
I know.
But I know you're coming back to discuss that one and the other one that we've got planned. And I'm going to listen back again because I know there are other things that we can expand on.
That's life for you. That is life, and that is why we are where we are, and we're trying as much as possible to achieve that which we need to achieve. Life is short, and we have to live it in. You see, when I woke up today, I was having my bath, and something just dropped in my mind to do. You know, I just said, okay, I'm going to tell my brother-in-laws and my sister-in-laws that, look, their sons, they're all within the age of 7, 8, you know.
Okay.
3 of them that I will tell them, you know, one of these holidays, bring them to my house, you know, take them out,
Yeah.
let them have fun,
Yeah.
you know, take them to shopping complex, take them, just, you know, because things like that, we never had opportunity to do them, because where we grew up from, it's like tough love,
Yeah.
this and that. Now that you're in a society that encourages you being fair to people, and because I've gotten to the stage of my life that it's not about me anymore, it's about who is Hamilton. Hamilton should be seen by anyone as someone that has come to play a role in this country, and he played it very well. He played it in such a way that everybody, like a tree, that everybody was able to perch on. That's my belief. We're all trees that birds are meant to perch on.
You know, the next time you come on, I think I'll just ask you the one question at the beginning, and I'll just keep quiet. This is not a conversation. These words of wisdom is like you teaching. Like, there's nothing I have to contribute. I can't.
You know, but there's something we learn from one another. Hey, you never can tell. Maybe when you ask the question, I'm able to answer. So, and I also ask you, you might end up saying something at the end of it that will.
I don't think I'll answer your questions.
Okay, you said it.
I don't think I'll answer your questions.
You said it.
Thank you so much for
no.
coming on today.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we've come to a natural close for today's episode, and I'm specifically saying today, Because I've already got you booked in for another 2. I know you haven't got it in your calendar yet, but it's there. It's there.
No problem. I mean, if this is what I'm created to do, or the reason why I had to relocate to this country also, so be it.
Can I just say, I think this would be a good opportunity for you to give some information about what you do or any of the platforms that you're on so that people can know.
Okay. My name, you know already. If you go to my website, which is hamiltonspeeches.co.uk, you'll find out what I do. And I do this on a weekly basis, Saturdays and Sundays. If you have anything at all, and you just go to the website, read through it.
hamiltonspeeches.co.uk. Okay.
Everything about me is right there. All I do is right there.
I know
if you want to contact me, it's right
on there.
Yes.
Motivational speaker, leadership facilitator or coach, leadership coach, seminar facilitator. Thank you so much for coming on.
No problem, sir.
And I just want to say thank you very much to everybody that has listened to the episode. You can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio. And we also have a Facebook page. I think it's facebook.com/Noble Faculty Podcast. And we're also on Twitter, Noble Faculty, Instagram, Noble Faculty. God bless everybody who's been listening. Please continue to share. And I hope from today's conversation, you've gained something that you can implement within your life. Share it with other people. You never know who you're helping. Thank you. God bless. We are awesome.
We are noble.
We are able.
You have just listened to the Noble Faculty Podcast. You have been put on this earth for a purpose. If you are inconsistent at something, then you are consistent.
Don't waste your gift.
The time is always right to do right.
Lead, follow, or get out of the way. Get out of the fear zone. Villagers remind you of how far you have come and how far you need to go.
You have just listened to the Noble Faculty Podcast. You have just listened to the Noble Faculty Podcast.